We've been married 33 years and been together 37. Neither one of us liked each other. I thought he was very odd.
Okay.
I was an auctioneer. I was Auctioneer of the Year. I was actually inducted into the Auctioneer Hall of Fame in New York.
You were nervous to do this interview sitting on a couch, but yet you do auctioneering.
I really am a very quiet, shy person.
So how do you turn it on to become an auctioneer? Hello, June. How are you?
Good, Jason. How are you?
First of all, thank you for, I'm good, thank you. First of all, thank you for being on the channel. We're in Horseshoe Bend, Arkansas.
Arkansas, yes.
Yeah. Where are you originally from? Are you originally from Horseshoe Bend?
Oh my gosh, no.
No? So where are you from?
I'm originally from very upstate New York.
You know, it's interesting, I'm hearing your accent. And it's not really a New York accent. It's almost like a Michigan accent, which is
I have heard that before,
strange to me.
But you see, we're not from the city, New York City. We're from way up in Tug Hill country. So
okay, yeah. So it's almost there's a Canadian influence a little bit.
Right, we're just below the Canadian border.
Okay, so you were born and raised there
in Lewis County,
and you never moved from there. That was your home the whole time, and then
until I moved here.
That's a pretty big leap. So what made you want to move to Arkansas?
I guess it was just time to retire and leave the winter behind.
Yeah, winter's got to be rough.
Yeah.
Not so bad here, though?
Oh my gosh, no. I mean, I remember the very first time that we had maybe an inch of snow here, and people were calling to see if we had enough food in the house, and we took off and drove to Mountain Home, and they thought we were insane. We walked into Lowe's, and there was somebody bundled up in a snowmobile suit. So, yeah, it's a very different winter here, yes.
But it changes. People change. I know when we moved to Florida, it didn't take long. It took one year for us to become, you know, that Floridian, the typical Floridian where you go anywhere cold and we're freezing. I mean, living there your whole life, has it got to a point now where you do get a little colder in the winters here?
Yes,
yeah, where now you're wearing all that stuff?
No, I have all these jackets in our closet, and
you never wear them.
I never wear them.
Yeah, same with us. I have all these really nice heavy jackets, and I just don't ever wear them anymore because it got pretty cold where we were from originally. Do you miss anything about living up there?
I miss my family and friends. That's what I miss.
And they're all still there?
I have one sister that actually lives in Wisconsin, but everybody else is still up there.
Okay. Have they come and visited you here?
No, they haven't made it here yet.
No? And so how long have you been here?
10 years.
10 years and they haven't come to visit Arkansas yet.
Most of them would say, where is Arkansas?
Yeah, it's in the middle and it's a flyover state. Welcome to a flyover state. 3 hours from an airport.
That's right.
It's a pretty long ways away. I know when we come visit Mindy's folks, we're always like, why Horseshoe Bend, Arkansas? So I ask you that, why Horseshoe Bend, Arkansas?
Well, let's see. We did come down here to visit two of our friends that moved down here from New York. You know, we were here in I don't know, December, January, and it was beautiful here. So we thought, oh, well, we know somebody here. Didn't look too bad, you know. Whenever we would say, you know, oh, we're from upstate New York, oh, this has got to be such a culture shock to you. No, we moved from a place. Our county boasts that we have more cows than people. So no.
It's very country. It's a misconception about New York.
Yes.
Yeah, is most of New York countryside?
Oh, good share of it once you get up above, you know, like Albany, Schenectady way. You know, yeah, Buffalo is a big city, but no, a lot of it's very country, rural. Yeah,
we're from California, and people have this idea that it's all Hollywood, and that there's so much open land and dairy farms, and it's you know, it's where a lot of produce is grown. It's not what everybody thinks it is. So I understand that. So what did you do for a living in New York?
I was an auctioneer.
Wow, an auctioneer.
And I became an auctioneer when I worked for the federal government.
Okay.
And then the base I worked at, you know, closed. So that's when we
The base you worked at?
I worked at an Air Force base in Rome.
Okay.
And that's actually who sent me to be trained as an auctioneer. I did several government auctions, $1 million machine tool auctions.
Oh, yeah.
They sent me all over to do auctions. I actually helped them teach 2 auctioneer classes.
Okay, so this is really interesting. I have to pull back the curtain a little bit. You were nervous to do this interview sitting on a couch, you know, in front of 2 iPhones, not big cameras or anything like that, but yet you do auctioneering. That's like public speaking, and most people are afraid of that.
I know, but I really am a very quiet, shy person.
So how do you turn it on to become an auctioneer?
There's just something, once I get up behind that podium and have a microphone, then I'm just strictly focused on auctioning. Yes, I'm sweating bullets right now sitting here talking about myself.
Well, not a lot of people like to talk about themselves, so I get that. So are you one of those auctioneers that's, you know, really quick, and it's like, you know, you're doing all that, tongue rolling, and, you know, you've heard some of that?
Well, I sell items very fast, but you can understand everything I say.
Okay, you're very clear.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's important because you want to know how much the bid is,
yes.
and sometimes you don't really know what they're
That's
selling.
right.
Yeah, I've heard some of those ones, like maybe where they're selling, you know, cattle or something like that, and they're just rolling it all up. I have no idea what the head and all that kind of thing. So you don't do that kind of thing.
No, you know what you're bidding.
Okay. Can we get an example?
No,
I'm kidding. No. I'm not going to put you on the spot. So how many years did you do that?
I became an auctioneer in 1988.
And when did you retire from it, or do you still do it?
I actually help a local auctioneer here.
Okay.
Which, you know, still keeps my hand in it, which is nice.
How often?
Oh, well, it depends. You know, like now in August, he didn't have any auctions, but now I have one coming up the 27th of September, and then October 18th, October 25th. You know, I mean.
So yeah,
you just never know.
Coming up. So yeah. What typically are you auctioning off?
He sells mostly estates.
Okay.
Or like on the 18th, we're doing an equipment consignment auction.
Okay.
So
people bring in their stuff
yeah.
that they want sold through auction, which is a good way of doing it.
See, up in New York, you know, we did mostly antiques, estate auctions. You know, when somebody's passed away, we did real estate auctions, machinery auctions.
Okay. What's one of the coolest things that you ever auctioned off?
See, once while I was selling for the government, I was up in New Hampshire, and I sold like 20,000 body bags and 200 mortuary refrigerarators.
What did it sell for?
Oh, I don't remember now.
And who bought it?
Was way too many years ago.
I wonder who bought it. Wow. Maybe a mortuary, probably.
But you know, they say there's a buyer for everything, and
is that true?
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
What's the highest price thing you've ever auctioned off?
I would say probably one of the machine tools, you know, when I was selling for the government.
Yeah.
We were up in Michigan selling, and that ended up being like a $4 million sale.
Wow.
So those machines sold pretty high.
Do you start out at a certain minimum bid, or do you just let it start? Do you just let it open it up and let it come?
Like, say if it was an antique,
Okay.
you know, I try to start it where I feel it's worth, but you always go back down, and then somebody will kick it in. But that's just sort of, I'm trying to plant in your mind what I feel this is worth.
Right.
And, you know, then, you know, you go down and down, and somebody will finally kick it in.
And does it end up going,
yes.
go back? Mm-hmm. So what do you love about doing it? What excites you about it?
I think what excites me about it is just the fact that I have the nerve to do it, because it's not me. It really isn't. But I love auctioning.
I can see it. You light up when you're talking about it. And it's almost kind of like you get to watch things get purchased without you having to spend the money on it. That's probably pretty cool.
And you know, and it's pretty cool too that it's really still a man's world.
Is it? So there's not a lot of ladies doing it, huh?
No, I mean, there's more so now, but, you know, I mean, I remember when, you know, my husband and I would go on a call for an auction, and by the time we finished, undoubtedly they would look at him and say, "And you're the auctioneer," and he'd say, "Oh no, my wife is the auctioneer."
That's really great.
Yeah.
And you've had to have had a reputation throughout the years.
And word of mouth. I mean,
yeah,
that's your best advertising.
For sure.
It is. I think one of my favorite moments. Okay, what I consider one of my biggest compliments, because like I said, it's a man's world. Mm-hmm. I think it was up in Michigan, and I was doing this machine tool auction, and at the very end of the sale, this little old gentleman came up, walking up to me, and he grabbed my arm, and he said, "Dearie?" I said, "Yes." He said, "When you walked in here, we all thought you were just the clerk, but you can come back and auction anytime."
That's a nice compliment. Let's get into your relationship status. You're married.
Married.
We just interviewed Dwayne, so I already know all this stuff. But our listeners, they may not have seen the interview with Dwayne. So where did you meet Dwayne?
At my sister's place in Prattsville, New York.
Okay. What was that first meeting like?
Oh gosh. Well, see, he was very good friends with my sister.
Mm-hmm.
So of course she wanted to introduce both of us. Neither one of us liked each other.
Now, what was it that you didn't like?
I thought he was very odd.
Okay. Well, being in the psychology field, those tend to be odd people. But okay, so he was a little odd.
Well, I thought so, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What got you past that hurdle?
Well, see, we really only met that first time.
It was a brief encounter.
Yeah, very brief encounter, yeah.
So it was not love at first sight?
No, it wasn't.
It was love over time.
Over time.
Do you think love at first sight exists?
Maybe for some people.
Yeah. The second time you met,
mm-hmm.
and the third or whatever, when did it get to a point where you're like, okay, I kind of like this guy?
Probably the third or fourth time we met, really.
So how long have you been married?
We've been married 33 years and been together 37.
That's a long time. So what do you think is a secret to that longevity?
Putting up with each other.
Putting up with each other.
There you go.
I mean, if you're going to give any advice, not that you feel like you're in a position to give advice, but if you're going to give any advice to any young couples to make something last for 33 years, what would you say to them?
I hope that they're with their best friend for life. Yeah.
That makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
You went to church today?
We did.
Yeah. So how important is God to you?
Probably more important now than like in my middle years. I mean, mm-hmm. I was raised Catholic. Then we were married Presbyterian, and we're going to the Presbyterian church now.
Do you think that you have lived a life of purpose? You mentioned that you're an auctioneer. Do you think that was meant to be what God wanted you to do in your life?
Well, I guess I'd have to believe that, because it's nothing I ever thought I could or would do. In the auction business, we have helped so many people.
In what way?
Well, all right, so not only did we just do estate sales, but we had an auction hall. So, if you had a couple things that you wanted to sell, or, you wouldn't need the whole estate. You could bring us 10 items if you wanted to. And, we had some of these elderly people that really needed the money. They would bring us things that maybe we didn't really want to sell.
Yeah.
But we would take it because we knew that they really needed us to help them out with that.
Yeah.
Or then, you get into an estate. We would have, like somebody's parents may have passed away and they lived in California. They would call us up, send us the key to the house. And we would
What's that process like?
And we would take care of the entire estate for them.
So you'd go in there, get everything ready, get everything cleaned up.
Oh yes, we sorted through everything. If there was family pictures or personal papers and they weren't around, we would put them aside in a box or whatever and save it for them.
Wow.
Any of the glassware we would wash. The furniture would all be polished. If we were selling the real estate also, there were times we'd wash the windows, wax the floor,
Wow.
just to make the house look really nice.
So what did you do what have you done all these years to kind of get a break from work, being an auctioneer, even a break maybe from your husband? You know, what is your sort of break from the grind, right? Dwayne mentioned you guys had a passion for horses. Do you share that same passion?
Probably not as deeply as he does. I mean, that is definitely his passion.
He loves it.
I mean, because he's had horses since he was very young.
Yeah.
But I
What's
mean,
your passion?
I like reading. I like my flower gardens.
Okay.
I like walking.
This will be our last question. What are you enjoying about retirement in Horseshoe Bend, Arkansas?
Just being able to do other things. Like there's 3 of us ladies. We got named the Yaya sisters.
Okay.
And what we do is every holiday, whether it's Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, one year we did it just because it was the beginning of summer, we would, we make about 45 meals and we deliver them to people that we know have nobody else here. And then last year, this was really nice. We were delivering a meal to this one woman, and her daughter lives with her, and she was 101 years old. And she was saying that in March she was going to be turning 102. We're going 102, and let me tell you, she has her faculties with her. And she said, I have never had a birthday cake. So come her birthday, we made her a birthday cake, we got her a card, a balloon, and we surprised her with it.
Oh, that's great.
So, to be able to do things like that, I do enjoy that.
That's really great. And being retired, you have the freedom to do that.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, that is awesome. I really appreciate you sharing your story. And I think it's really unique. I think it's, we learned a little bit about you from Mindy's mom, and she said how wonderful you are and how nervous you are. And I just think it's so, it's a little bit of a message, I think, because you can be nervous to do something maybe as simple as this. We're sitting here having a conversation, but then to be able to do something that scares so many people. Public speaking is one of the things people fear the most.
And when I was in New York, here I was elected to the board of directors for the New York State Auctioneer Association. Then I was elected president.
Wow.
And then, the following year I was chairman of the board. And now down here, they invited me into the sorority here. And this is my 3rd year of being president of the sorority. And I guess they haven't gotten tired of me yet. I don't know.
So that means you have a little bit of leadership qualities as well. And all because people suggested, voluntold you all those years ago to try out, to try to do this.
And and
auctioneering.
While I was in New York, oh my gosh, let's see, I have won the auctioneer title a couple times up there. I was second in the international auctioneer competition, and I won the world title in Calgary, Canada in 2002.
What does it mean to win a title? Is it
you
a
have to compete.
competition?
Yes,
really?
you have to compete among other auctioneers.
What's the criteria?
So your appearance, like you didn't come dressed
professional.
Yeah, you look professional. Your chant.
Okay.
How you presented yourself.
Okay.
You have interview questions. So
here we are.
I know. So that was in 2002. We went to Calgary, Canada, and I won the world title up there. And then let's see, I was auctioneer of the year once in New York.
Now, how do you win that? What is that? It's just based on how many auctions you've done? No,
they have a committee that votes on it. And then I was actually inducted into the Auctioneer Hall of Fame in New York.
That is so cool. It's very accomplished. Obviously, you're putting a lot of effort into it. Obviously, you're educating yourself and you're prepared, right? I think that says a lot. Mm-hmm. But did you do it trying to achieve these things, or did you just want to be good at your job?
I just wanted to be good at it because it was something I never thought I could do.
Well, it's an inspiration. At least for me. Because there's things that somebody out there may think, well, I can't do that, or I'm too insecure to do that, or something like that. And you're proving that that's not true.
And I really am a shy, insecure person.
I can see it. I could tell you were nervous before you started. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
And sharing
I
your
hope
story.
I didn't sound too
It was painless,
goofy.
right?
No, it wasn't.
It was easy. I mean, what, 30 minutes? Not bad. But thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, really.
Appreciate you. What can I say about June? Someone anxious sharing her story in front of 2 iPhones on a couch in a basement, but brave enough to be an auctioneer in front of hundreds, maybe thousands of people in a male-dominated world without batting an eye. June is the reason why we do what we do on this channel. In a world obsessed with celebrity, it's people like June that you pass by in a grocery store every day that are doing hard things, stepping outside of their comfort zone and making an impact on their community. Or what we like to call them, everyday heroes. Thank you, June, for sharing your story. Until next time, thank you for watching.